The Western Maryland Railway's order of 9 462 Pacifics from the Baldwin Locomotive Works in 1912 heralded in what some historians claim as the beginning of the second generation of modern steam motive power for the Wild Mary. Engine numbers 201 through 209, or serial numbers 38075 through 38078 and 38115 through 38119, were built with 69-inch drivers, Baker valve gear, 200-pound boiler pressure, developing 39,736 pounds of tractive effort. The K-2 superseded the slightly older K-1s dating from 1909 and 1911. The engines were built for the lucrative Baltimore to Chicago passenger business the railroad had in the early to late 19-teens, known as the Baltimore Limited and the Chicago Limited. The engines could be found at work on any routine passenger train over the entirety of the WM system, and they were even known to occasionally head the apple knocker trains. The apple knocker trains were based out of Edgemont and usually drew one or two of the K-2 Pacifics if larger power was unavailable. Changes to the class over the years were minor, with the exception of the entire class having Walschaerts valve gear installed by 1938. The K-2s were initially built to burn coal. In 1947, however, numbers 201, 202, 204, and 206 were converted to burn oil to comply with Baltimore City smoke ordinances. The oil burner stayed east of Cumberland after the conversion, and the whole class operated almost until the end of steam on the Western Maryland, with the last of the K-2s being retired in May 1954. Numbers 204 and 205 were retained to supply steam to the docks at the railroad's facility in Port Covington, with reports that the 204, considered the crown jewel of the railroad by crews and management, lasted until 1961. The only surviving member of the class, as well as the only surviving rod-type locomotive of the Western Maryland, 202 escaped the scrapper's torch when it was donated to the city of Hagerstown, Maryland in 1952, a gift for the children of Hagerstown. Stories exist of the 202 being in remarkable shape mechanically, having been steamed once in the mid-1980s by John Long, despite its outward appearance at times throughout the years. Most recently, the Western Maryland Scenic Road approached the city of Hagerstown concerning the possible acquisition and restoration of the locomotive. Whatever the future holds for the 202, its legacy will continue, not only as a survivor, but as a representative of the enduring admiration of Western Maryland steam.